Did you know? Flame dwarf gourami fish is a very beautiful pet fish. Though it is a bit aggressive, breeding a flame dwarf is also very easy. Following these videos, you will have much more knowledge about this amazing dwarf gourami variety. Here we talk about the origin of the flame dwarf gourami, its appearance and behaviors, the water chemistry that is compatible with breeding them, sex differentiation of fish, diet and dietary habits, and the most important and interesting part of the video, which is the breeding method of dwarf gourami. Please try to grab all the details in this video without missing anything. First, we will roll into our intro. We will talk about the origin of the flame dwarf gourami fish. This amazing small fish variant is originating in India, West Bengal, Assam, and Bangladesh. The dwarf gourami are native to thickly vegetated water. They are often found together with other gourami species, dario species, and barb species in the river plains of northern India. Usually, they select slow-flowing beds of ponds, rivers, canals, and lakes. During the monsoon season, this small gourami variety can be found in seasonal pools. These places are the best places for their future breeding. Low light, plant derbies, and heat provide the ideal environment for breeding them. Now we talk about the appearance and behavior of this fish. Its common name, dwarf, fits this fish well, as it is one of the smallest of the gouramis. Males are slightly larger than females. The usual adult size is 2 to 2.5 inches in length. Several color variants have been developed by selective breeding at fish farms, including powder blue, neon, rainbow, and red blushing varieties. Powder blues are predominantly blue with only a little red showing on the body. Neons display a brighter blue pattern than the standard variety. Rainbows have especially brilliant orange-red bodies with blue stripes, in addition to a green-gold metallic sheen. Flame gouramis are almost solid red throughout the body, with solid blue dorsal fins. Here in my videos, you can see flame dwarf and tiger dwarf gourami. This species is mildly aggressive, but can be kept with other species that are not too large or aggressive. Peaceful, small schooling fish are suitable tank mates, as well as most bottom-dwelling fish. Some potential tank mates, according to my experience, are cardinal tetra, pencil tetra, medica ricefish, cherry barb, dwarf rasbora, chili rasbora, threadfin rainbow, spotted blue-eye rainbow, and red lizard whiptail catfish. Dwarf gourami are not suitable for tanks with small caridina or neocaridina shrimps. In my case, I experienced nearly 50 to 100 losses of cherry red neocaridina shrimps in my main community tank, only with 2 males of dwarf gourami. Now we are talking about the sex differentiation of flame dwarf. It is very easy to differentiate between males and females. The first difference is, males have large fins in comparison to females. Males are usually larger in body size than females. Males have bright orange-red bodies with turquoise blue. Turquoise blue extends into the dorsal fin and pelvic fin. Females remain a duller, brown-gray color and never achieve the male's brilliant colors. But in flame dwarf females, we can see some reddish body color, but not a vibrant hue, as in males. When females get mature, their bellies get rounded. Here you can see the close-up video that shows the main features of males and females. Diet and feeding play a good role in the breeding of dwarf gourami. It is preferable to feed them protein-rich foods like brine shrimp, daphnia, cyclops, frozen bloodworms, and mosquito larvae. Most of the time they love to eat live foods. Here in Serendib Aquatics, we feed them with decapsulated brine shrimps and Dr. Baslier fish food. But in the breeding season, we especially feed them with mosquito larvae. Due to high protein levels of the live foods, it will cause to development good and healthy number of eggs. Here we will talk about water chemistry. In my experience, they can tolerate a large range of water parameters, but please do acclimations before put to the breeding tank. In my tank temperature is 28 Celsius, TDS value around 150 to 200. Ammonia 0. Water should be clear, but they love to be with some plant debris in the tank. When we come across flame dwarf gourami breeding, Our experiences are the most effective way to success. Here, I share my experience to get the best result. Initially, you should take healthy male and female dwarf gourami fish. Here, I took one pair of flame dwarf gourami fish. Male and female fish should have different bloodlines. Here, I select male and female fish with different bloodlines. I decided to feed females with live food for 2 weeks. I feed them mosquito larvae 2 times per day. Following 2 weeks, you can see this female fish are ready to spawn. Her belly is full of eggs. Now we should prepare a new tank setup for them to breed. I use a 5-gallon tank for the dwarf gourami breeding. I take some well-seasoned water from my main planted tank and put it into the new tank. After filling the water, you can see there is a 2 inches gap from the water level to the upper end of the glass. This will prevent the accidental jumps from the tank, because when males chase the female following breeding, she will jump out from the tank. After filling the water, I put some plants and a sponge filter. Here, I put some prepared tannin water that maintain a bit of acidic water and keep the setup healthy. This setup gave the most beautiful natural habitat for the fish. In dwarf gourami breeding, we know they will make bubble nests. Especially, I noticed that dwarf gourami nests use some plant debris and algae to build the bubble nest. Here you can see how they are making their bubble nests. It is very interesting to see. In their natural habitat, they may choose some dark shade to prepare the bubble nest. Here, I put some natural leaf in an upside down position to the tank, and it should be steady. If it moves on the water surface, it may be a problem for the male to keep the eggs inside the bubble nest. Therefore, keep the shade in a steady position in the tank. You can use bubble wrap, natural banana leaf, or any shade that should have the quality to be steady on the water surface. Following that, I put my male fish and female into the breeding tank at the same time. But you can use the female separation method I already described in my Black Samurai betta fish breeding video. I put the link in the description below. When we put the female and male fish, the male fish starts to build the bubble nest for breeding. Within 24 to 48 hours, he will build it. Here you can see this bubble nest has been created by male fish. You can see an interesting behavior of gourami fish here. After building the bubble nest from time to time, female fish come to inspect the nest. Until she satisfies, the male should build the nest. After she accepts the nest, male will start chasing the female for spawning. Now you can see the male chase the female and again go toward the bubble nest. This behavior can be seen nearly 12 followings building the nest. In my tank, it only took 12 hours. Sometimes it may take 24 hours. Second day evening, they were spawned. The process starts with wrapping the male around the female and compressing her abdomen. Initial 4 to 5 attempts left without any eggs. Following 5 to 6 attempts, my female fish started to lay eggs at first. Small amount of eggs came out. Later, there were large clusters of eggs came. Male fish quickly collect eggs and put them into the bubble nest. Some eggs may be missed by male fish, female fish feed on those eggs. After 1 hour time, female fish again go through some failed attempts to lay eggs. This is the end point of the spawning session. Hereafter, male fish chase out the female from the nest. The male fish starts to protect the eggs in the nest. He starts repositioning the eggs and arranging the eggs in a safe and best position in the nest. Keep in mind, when we put them into breeding tank, we should avoid feeding them. After the egg-laying process, we should remove the female and feed her well with some live foods. After 24 hours of egg-laying, eggs start to hatch. After 48 hours of the egg-laying process, all eggs hatch. Nearly after 48 hours, all fry start to free swim. The initial 2 days following free swim are the most important 2 days of fry. If you are unable to feed them first 2 days of free swim, they will end up with ding due to lack of energy sources. Here in Serendib Aquatics, we use prime egg yolk solution for them. I will put the link below, which related to prepare the egg yolk solution. Initial 5 days, we feed them with egg yolk solution. You can see here they are growing day by day. Following first 10 days, we can start them on live brine shrimps and decapsulated brine shrimp. Here we use decapsulated brine shrimp. With that, they will grow fast. You can see day 5 fry here. Still, they are very small and slow moving. We will give an update about the fry later in a new video. This is the whole story behind the successful breeding of dwarf gourami fish. Don't worry, hereafter, you will be a master of breeding flame dwarfs with good knowledge of their unique behaviors. Thank you for joining Serendib Aquatics. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment below. I will try to reply to all comments. You can share your knowledge with others about dwarf gourami fish varieties. Put your experience as a comment below. Serendib Aquatics will see you in our next fish breeding video as soon as possible. Hang on with Serendib Aquatics. If you think this will help you with your aquarium journey, please be kind enough to subscribe. Serendib Aquatic YouTube channel for new updates.